Ladies and gentlemen, gather around as we bear witness to a saga as perplexing as it is uproarious, where the drama of sports crosses with international politics in the most bizarre fashion imaginable.
Days, and we'll tell the entire story.
Okay, so first off, is it fair to say that I don't want to tell my exact location? Is that fair?
What? Why? Why, Patrick Beverly? You think what? What do you think, bro? You think Iran is gonna directly strike you? Is that what you think? Oh man, I fear Iran. I fear Iranian retaliation. Like, I fear if I reveal my location, Iran is plugged into the Pat Bev podcast with Ron, and they're gonna directly strike me. Oh boy. Iran is afraid of his full court press. Yeah. Iran knew it was Pat Bev's year for the next 6 years, and they're just trying to stop him. That's what it is. Iran can never ball like him. I mean, true. Not a lot can. Yeah, I know there's a new Tyler Oliveira clip. Don't worry.
Fair to say? Can I start off with that?
It does look kind of nondescript on the walls right now.
Right. But I am in I just landed in Tel Aviv. Real quiet. Obviously wasn't quiet yesterday. The decision to go back, right? We had some imports who stayed. We had imports who stayed and some imports who decided to come back.
I'm gonna be honest, Iran and Pat Bev might have the same field goal percentage. Dog, if you look at the Iranian hits on target from a couple days prior to the military bases, and then say that Pat Bev's field goal percentage is the same when he's like 0 for 12, okay? You're out of your dang mind. If Iran struck target with the same hit rate that Pat Bev did, Israel wouldn't need an Iron Dome. Okay? Israel would be like, oh, no, we're good. Pat Bev wishes he could hit with the same consistency as Iran. Yeah, this is Islamophobia through and through, okay? You might have your disagreements with the Iranian governance, and I certainly do. But don't compare him to Pat Bev's field goal percentage. That's crazy.
I'm one of the guys who decided to come back. I spoke with some of my, Israeli teammates, captains of the team, and, and from their perspective that, Pat, we wouldn't go back.
Bro, if he keeps putting up the numbers he's been putting up, they're going to put him on the front lines, dude. They're going to release him into Lebanon. They're going to be like, come on, Pat. They're going to treat him like the Haredi Jews that don't want to hold a weapon. They're going to make him clear out the IEDs. They're going to be like, come on, go up there. You're tall as hell. You're tall as hell, big dog.
Back if it wasn't safe. We would just fly our whole family to us, So, they told me that it was safe to come back, and I'm here now.
Did I say IUD? I said IED. IED. Pat Bev, the only infantry support for the Merkava tanks. They're like, come on, we heard your defense is so good. Defend these Merkavas, Pat Bev. Anyway. He's the only guy in Israel that can see over the tanks. Yeah. You could rebuild all of Gaza with his bricks. Jesus Christ. Okay, NBA Twitter, calm down. All right. Anyway, we did our, I don't even care about Pat Bev except since he went to Israel. Since he announced that he was going to Israel, like I have been thinking about, you know, the trials and tribulations of Pat Bev. Like, so this has been a boon for his career, I think. Like, it's not necessarily bad for him. Not in the way that, like, it's not good for his career in general, but maybe it's like makes his podcast more dynamic. What's the October surprise? Patrick Beverley, dude. That's the October surprise. I don't go to China. Like, this just doesn't make sense. Going to Israel doesn't make sense. I feel like China, the wages are significantly better. Like, in the Chinese league, the wages are better. Like, you don't have the, like, genocide stink on you. You know what I mean? You learn Mandarin, that's great. That's like our next overlords anyway. You have to learn Mandarin, and you're going to have to learn it anyway. Like, it just doesn't, I don't know. I think someone basically lied to him and was like, no, Israel is like a hotel destination. Like, you'll love it. And now he just has to sit through that, and he's like, damn, maybe not the best decision, you know?
Yes, I am talking about none other than Patrick Beverley's decision to take his defensive prowess from the NBA hardwoods to the courts of the Israeli Basketball League. And who better to lead us through the absurdity of it all than streamer and political commentator Hasanabi, whose take on this athletic odyssey combines biting satire with razor-sharp social critique. Hasanabi, with his trademark sardonic flair, doesn't just report on Beverley's decision, he dissects it, weaving it into a larger critique on American bravado, the complexities of geopolitics, and, of course, Pat Bev's infamous shooting percentage. Where do we begin with Beverley's move? A transfer from the flashy arenas of the NBA to the scrappy courts of Tel Aviv is, if nothing else, an unexpected career choice. Hassan's first jab strikes with the full force of irony. What exactly is Beverley protecting on the court in Israel that he couldn't guard in the NBA? It's as if Pat Bev, with all the swagger and intensity he brings to his relentless on-court defense, imagines himself not merely defending a basket but a metaphorical iron dome. The absurdity doesn't end there. Hassan can't help but imagine Pat Bev believing himself to be some kind of defensive hero in Israel. It's as if Beverley's defense skills, like an anti-aircraft system, are now poised to protect an entire nation from, what, exactly? Hassan's hyperbolic vision of Iranian strategists fearing Pat Bev's ferocious full-court press is peak satire. Just imagine it, a geopolitical force thwarted not by military might, but by Pat Bev's ability to harass anyone who dares dribble past half-court. And of course, Hasanabi can't resist comparing Pat Bev's field goal percentage to Iranian strike accuracy. The thought that Iran could deliver air strikes with the same hit-or-miss success rate as Pat Bev's jump shot? Hilarious. If the Iron Dome could rely on Beverley's shooting consistency, Israel's defenses would crumble. Hassan's jabs here reveal the preposterousness of Beverley's aspirations by painting a caricature of his defensive skills as being more than a bit overblown. Now, one cannot overlook Hassan's mockery of Beverley's life choices. Given the state of the world and the options available, Hassan points out, why not China for Pat Bev? Surely, he muses, the wages are better there, and Beverley could have his own slice of basketball glory without the added complications of geopolitics. To Hassan, Beverley's choice is baffling, almost laughable. With China, Beverley would not only be paid well but would be getting a head start on learning Mandarin, the language of what Hassan jests might soon be America's next overlords. Yet Hassan doesn't stop at a mere comparison of financial incentives. He amplifies the critique with a touch of dark humor, remarking that Beverley's move to Israel comes with the genocide stink, a jab that highlights the controversial socio-political landscape Pat Bev has waded into. It's as if he's commenting not just on Beverly's peculiar decision, but on the blindness with which some American athletes approach international opportunities, as if every league and every location is simply another stop in their brand-building journey. Hassan's roasting continues with biting sarcasm, envisioning Pat Bev so completely out of place in Israel that the military might press him into frontline duty. If Beverly's defense is as good as he believes, Hassan quips, he should be able to clear a minefield or defend a tank with ease, right? Hassan's exaggerated depiction of Beverly's importance in Israel underscores the inherent absurdity of viewing sports skills as transferable to international conflict zones, poking fun at Beverly's oversized self-image. And oh, how Hassan paints Beverly's predicament once he's landed. It's as if the allure of Tel Aviv as a hotel destination has vanished, leaving Beverly in a very real, very tense political landscape. Hasanabi makes it sound as though Pat Bev, having been sold on a vacation league, has arrived only to realize he's signed up for far more than he bargained for. The imagined buyer's remorse is palpable, as if Beverly is now contemplating if the hotel he's landed in might have been a five-star mirage. Moving into the broader landscape, Hassan's analysis brings up the curious choice of Israel itself. This isn't merely a critique of Beverly's personal decision, it's Hassan's indictment of an American mentality that sees international opportunities through a strangely filtered lens. For Hassan, Beverly's choice to overlook China, an obviously lucrative option, in favor of a politically charged environment like Israel, highlights an American myopia that doesn't fully grasp the implications of global decisions. But then we return to the quote, where Beverly's shooting accuracy, or lack thereof, becomes the metaphorical Achilles heel. Hassan doesn't miss the chance to lambast Pat Bev's shooting ability, suggesting that the man could rebuild entire city blocks in Gaza with his missed shots alone. It's a brutal, side-splitting metaphor, one that drives home the absurdity of imagining Beverly as a player whose skills would be anything but misplaced in a country that requires actual defense strategies. And finally, Hassan's dissection of NBA tweeters' fixation on Pat Bev's Israel move puts a nice bow on this saga. It's as though Beverly's decision has single-handedly reignited interest in his career, not because of his stats, but because of the sheer incredulity of his choice. Hassan's commentary illuminates how, sometimes, the most engaging stories are the ones where reality seems stranger than fiction, where we watch a man's career choices with the same curiosity we'd reserve for a peculiar reality show. In the end, Hasanabi doesn't just roast Pat Bev for going to Israel, he skewers the entire notion of the American athlete as some unbreakable cultural monolith, capable of adapting to any environment, political or otherwise. His critique is as much about the strange choices athletes make when venturing abroad as it is about the cultural blind spots we carry with us. In his biting satire, Hassan reminds us that some leaps of faith aren't as clear-cut as they seem and that sometimes, even the mightiest defenders should think twice before they set foot on unfamiliar ground.